Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just finished watching Breaking Bad episode, I believe 12, season 3, episode 12, and that was a wild fucking ride. That was peak. That was literally peak. I don't even remember what all happened that episode. I'm not gonna give a summary this episode. Well, I can try my best. Hank is in the hospital. He doesn't want to go home because he's embarrassed that he can't walk. Marie's like, let's make a bet. If I get you hard, you leave the hospital today. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, I'm not gonna. This girl does the double whammy maneuver and this guy gets hard. He ends up going home. Excellent. Perfect. Hank was a little dick to Walt. He was like, Walt Jr. Walt Jr. always knows exactly what to say to put shit in perspective for people who are used to being able-bodied, but he had to grow up with crutches his whole life. That was his normal, right? So he's like, are you saying that people who are in wheelchairs shouldn't be at home? Everyone who's in a wheelchair right now should be in a hospital? How about me? I have crutches. Should I be in a hospital? And Hank's like, yeah, you little dipshit or whatever the fuck. And it's like, damn, okay, Hank, you're rude as fuck. But I guess it was all in jest. So everything's good. Hank's going home now. Can't wait to see how that ends up. Let's move on to the real shit. Now, you can call me half a hypocrite. You can call me half a hypocrite. I hate when people don't stand on shit that they mean. I really hate that. It like does something to me. Like if you have morals or, you know, you give your word or something and you don't hold to that, that shit literally bugs me. So obviously Jesse has this strong bond with kids, you know, because he missed out on a lot of his childhood. He felt, you know, like with his drug addiction and whatnot, he was ostracized from his family. So he has a very soft spot for kids. So when he found out Andrea had a kid, he was like, okay, no, she's not a good target for my selling meth anymore. This is a love interest. This is someone who needs to be nurtured. So he finds out about Andrea's brother, Tomas, and he's like, oh shit, this is terrible. Oh God, now I know who employs him. Full stop. I know the instant this was brought to Gus's attention, the little boy was going to be killed. I knew immediately. I knew immediately that the little boy was going to be killed. Because you can't leave any loose ends with shit like that. He's already been dealing for so long. You can't leave any loose ends like that. So it was obvious that his only way out was going to be in a body bag. I knew that the instant shit was brought to Gus. Now, I do want to say, I hate people who don't stand on their morals. Jesse's always been a person who's like, I prioritize kids, I love kids. He loves kids. So, of course, he's going to be like, nah, I don't fuck with these people. We got to get rid of these people. They're bad people because they're using kids to do their dirty work, to peddle these drugs. No, that's not okay. And I'm willing to do something about it, even though it's stupid and it's dumb and I want to rip my hair out. I'm like, Jesse, no, that's stupid. This is gang shit. You are not about that life. This is literally gang shit. But it turns out at the end of the episode, Jesse is about that motherfucking life. Jesse's about that life, bro. He comes with a okay, first of all, let me not get ahead of myself. Let's dial it back. So what were we talking about? Skylar's like, Walt, let me do the car wash business. Let me be your bookkeeper. I was an accountant for X amount of years, blah, 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 woo, 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 etc. So on, forever, forever. Nonstop, right? We get it. We get it, Skylar. You're good at this. You can do it. Walt is very hesitant, reluctant. He doesn't want her to do it. She's like, have you thought about it? He's like, yeah, and no, not gonna happen. So the highlight for me of this episode was the little henchman that Saul usually sends out or whatever. Saul's little henchman, who we find out is actually working for Gus. He's Gus's henchman. He tells Walt this story about this guy who was beating the fuck out of his girlfriend. He said she was small, like a little bird, wrists like little twigs, and this guy was beating the fuck out of his girlfriend. And he took him for a drive. and he took him to a spot and he pretended like he was gonna kill him. And he was like, wait, let me think about it. So the guy shits himself, everything, blah, blah, blah. He begs for his life. I'm not gonna hit her again. The guy tells him, okay, and you better not. Change my mind, I won't kill you. Gives him a second chance. The guy kills the girlfriend 2 weeks later. So this is pretty much like, okay, like him saying no more halfway. Jesse is going to be fucking killed. We're going to kill Jesse. He's a liability. He's unpredictable. He's back and forth with the drugs. He's unpredictable. He has to be killed. He's not going to fuck up this good thing. We have a good thing going here. You're rich, Walt. I'm rich. Jesse's rich, but he just wants more and more and more. He stands so like steadily on his morals that he's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like he can't just sit there and allow some shit to go on that he doesn't fuck with. That's how about his word and his morals Jesse is. Jesse has a really good heart. He has a really good heart. And so that's why he almost gets himself killed by the business, right? They're like, this is a fucking liability. So Gus has him get met at this trailer thing where they do a lot of So they meet at the trailer. Gus is like, hey, like some shit went wrong, you know, like shit was bad from both sides. You shouldn't have been selling on that turf. You were not employed under me at that time. You should not have been selling on my turf. Now we all work together. Now there's no problems. Did they overreact by killing him? Yeah, they did. But were you supposed to be on my turf? No, you weren't. So you both made mistakes, move past it, shake hands. You're business partners now. Jesse, in the stupidest move I've ever seen, but mad respect to that man, is like, fuck no. No, I'm not shaking their hands. They fucking employ children. They have children doing this shit. Not doing it. No thanks. I was like, damn, this guy has balls, because he's literally, he could be shot dead on spot. So Gus brings them in, and I feel like Gus was completely aware that they were going to kill this little boy too. If Gus wasn't the one who gave the fucking order, knowing Gus. So Gus brings them in, he's like, hey, no more kids, okay? And they're like, right. I feel like that was code for take care of the kid that you hired, kill him. So bada bing, bada boom, he gets killed. Jesse's blaming himself, as he should. Because, I mean, you are just looking out for the kid, like your heart was in the right place. But as Walt warned him when they were drinking beer together, Jesse doesn't know shit about what he's talking about. This is gang related. This is multi-million-dollar, like, related at this point. It's not as easy as, my morals are against this, therefore it must end, or I'm gonna do something about it. No, there's a chain of command, bro. There's all of this stuff that you don't understand because you're so naive and you think you can do these things and whatnot, but you literally can't. You just can't. That's not how the system works. That's not how the hierarchy is. You can't just act on your own like that. This is like gang shit. Gang shit, no lame shit. So Jesse gets Andrea's little brother killed. He does. And it's so fucking unfortunate because it could have all been avoided. I mean, he would have been a gangbanger till death, but he would be alive. You know, it's sad to accept that your brother's a gangbanger, but I would rather my brother be alive than anything else. So Jesse has to hold on to that L. He's gonna die with a lot of fucking regrets. But at the end, in a surprising turn of events, Walter's eating dinner with his family and he sees on the news that the little boy had been killed. And in a surprising turn of events, Walt comes through and saves the fucking day. Jesse was about to die in that moment. He did himself his last hit of meth. He's like, at least I want to go out feeling good. He grabs his gun. He could have only took out one, possibly. He could have only killed one, and that's just possibly. Walt arrives in the nick of time as all three of them are drawing their guns, and Walt runs over all of them. He mows them down. Well, not all of them, not Jesse, right? He kills the two gangbangers. So now there's gonna be a whole gang fucking thing. There's gonna be like a fucking gang war or some shit. Like with Tuco, I'm surprised that didn't have bigger repercussions. But now he's in trouble with Gus. Now he's in trouble with everybody. But it looks like Walt is gonna take the fall for it. They know that Jesse's a fuck up, right? That's why Walt's like, I'll just take the blame. Go, run, go home, do something, get the fuck out of here. Looks like Walt has a little safe spot for kids too. Or maybe he just, you know, maybe it triggered him a little bit during the meeting when Jesse was like, you're okay with this? You're just sitting here taking this? Maybe that triggered Walt. He was like, fuck, Jesse thinks lowly of me. And then Jesse not returning his calls. He's probably like, fuck, like, am I losing Jesse? So it seems like they have some sort of codependent kind of relationship. Walt, much more so than Jesse. It's weird. I've said before that Walt is really fucking weird when it comes to Jesse. Really entitled, really weird. Anyways, we're gonna watch this next episode and see what happens. I don't know if this is the season finale, but we're gonna check it out.